Hey guys, welcome to another review, and welcome to my review for Mortal Kombat 2021. Yes, this is a movie I personally have been waiting for. I am a huge Mortal Kombat fan. I love Mortal Kombat. I've been playing Mortal Kombat since I've been playing video games. I played the second Mortal Kombat in arcades and played it on Sega and stuff, and anytime there's a new Mortal Kombat game coming out, I'm playing it. Whether it's like DC versus Mortal Kombat or Mortal Kombat Armageddon, whether how crazy or stupid it is, I'm playing that Mortal Kombat video game. And I have been just waiting for this movie to come out. We had two Mortal Kombat movies. One of them was silly, dumb fun, but not a good movie. And then there was Annihilation. Let's just pretend that doesn't exist. Despite how stupid and silly it is, it doesn't exist in my mind. This is the movie I'm waiting for. Every fan has been saying, give us an R-rated Mortal Kombat movie. That's what Mortal Kombat is. It is a bloody, gory, fighting martial arts game. And we want to see that into a movie. We want to see all these great Mortal Kombat characters in a movie ripping each other's heads off, like gouging his throats out, slitting throats, crushing hearts, lasers, fires, dragons, all that stuff, the fatalities, animalities. I want to see all of this. And in this movie, we kind of get that. We do get that. However, it doesn't give us all what we want. It gives us a little taste of what we want, but doesn't give us everything that we want. Everything they do good in this movie, they do not so good. Like, I might even like compare this with the first Mortal Kombat movie in the 90s, the first one, not Annihilation. Because despite that first Mortal Kombat movie being not a good film, it did a couple things right. It didn't do a lot of things right, but it did a couple things right. And everything that movie did right, this movie did wrong. So it's so weird. It's so bizarre. I felt like the creators of this movie saw that original film and just said, we're not going to do anything that movie did. So even though Liu Kang and Johnny Cage were the best parts of that movie, we're not even going to put Johnny Cage in this movie, and we're going to make Liu Kang the most pointless and blandest character in the film. And Scorpion Sub-Zero, they sucked in that movie. They were just henchmen of Shang Tsung. So in this movie, they're the best characters, which is awesome, because those are my two favorite characters in Mortal Kombat, Scorpion and Sub-Zero. And everything with Scorpion and Sub-Zero in this movie is bad fucking ass. The opening 10 minutes of this movie, I was like, this movie is incredible. It gives us a great backstory of Scorpion. It gives us some bloody carnage action scenes. It was wicked. And then they focused on Cole. Who the fuck's Cole? Who's Cole? Who's Cole? This is the biggest mistake this new movie did. They put a new character in and made him the main character. Mortal Kombat is filled with lots of characters and lots of main characters. A lot of different video games had different main characters, but majority of the main characters were like Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Lord Raiden, Sonya Blade, Jax, and Johnny Cage. Those were the main characters of the Mortal Kombat series. So why bring in Cole? Why bring in the story that Shang Tsung sends Sub-Zero to go attack and kill Cole? Why not make that Liu Kang? Why not make Shang Tsung send his warriors to kill Liu Kang because he knows Liu Kang is going to beat them in the tournament? Why write this new, boring, I don't give a shit about character in the storyline? This movie has a lot of great Mortal Kombat characters. Why write a brand new character that no one gives a shit about and make the whole story around him? I don't care about Cole. And after the movie was done, I still didn't give a shit about Cole. I want to see more Liu Kang. I want to see more Kung Lao and Raiden and Sonya and Jax and Kano and Shang Tsung and Scorpion and Sub-Zero. The characters I love from the video games. Because all those characters, with the exception of a few, are done relatively well. Scorpion and Sub-Zero are awesome. The actor that plays Scorpion, I forget the guy's name, I'll put his name right there. I love him in almost every movie he does, and he is the best character in the film. He's the most likable character, he has the best story, and he has the best motive. You'll understand his character, and everything he does with the Scorpion chain and stuff is pretty awesome. Even Sub-Zero as a villain is a very cool, intimidating villain, and you get to see the amazing, cool fatalities Sub-Zero does in the video games in this movie. And Jax, the actor that plays Jax, is great. Sonya Blade, the scene she's in, she's great. I liked Sonya Blade. Even Shang Tsung was good in the movie. He's just not in it enough. Like, what the fuck? Shang Tsung is one of the most intimidating villains in Mortal Kombat, and you don't use him as much. Like, even in the original film, Shang Tsung was very over the top. He was very. I liked the actor that played him, but he was a super over the top villain. But at least I remembered him. I remembered how ridiculously over the top he was. In this movie, as much as he's played by a really good actor, I don't remember Shang Tsung in this movie. By the time the movie was over, I didn't remember any line of dialogue Shang Tsung did. Every time I remember Shang Tsung for that 90s movie, I always remember, your brother's soul is mine, or it has begun. Like, I remember his corny lines. He was memorable. Even in that original film, Liu Kang was great. Robin Shou, who played Liu Kang in the 90s film, was a good actor, and he gave Liu Kang, like, comedy and charm and stuff, and he had great chemistry with Johnny Cage. In this movie, Liu Kang is not in it a lot, and he's a very bland and boring and poorly written character. And Johnny Cage isn't in the movie. I know they build up to Johnny Cage for a sequel, and he'll probably be in the sequel, but why not put Johnny Cage in this movie and take out Cole? Why focus on Cole, and you could have put all that focus on Scorpion and more Sub-Zero and Liu Kang. Liu Kang should be your main character. Liu Kang is the main character in pretty much a lot of the Mortal Kombat video games. So yeah, putting in Cole as the main character was just stupid. And the movie is not about the tournament. It is about this basically battle of Outworld and them trying to kill Cole and stuff. Cole is a lot of the focus. The movie, kind of spoilers, it kind of ends like the tournament's going to be in the next film and stuff. And that's cool and all. Like, I'm okay if this not being the Mortal Kombat tournament. But if you want to make a prequel to the tournament, focus on just certain characters. This movie should have just been about Scorpion and Sub-Zero. That would have been a great movie. If this movie was just about Scorpion and they went into more details with his family and himself and his war against Sub-Zero, it gave Sub-Zero more of a character development. If it was just about Scorpion and Sub-Zero, that would have been a good movie. Like, even if it was a movie just about Sonya Blade and Jax, or just a movie about just a movie about Kung Lao and Liu Kang, just if they just focused on certain characters and it was a prequel to the Mortal Kombat tournament, I'm okay with that. Even if they wanted to make a prequel about Cole, which I really don't want, it would have maybe gave a shit more about Cole, but like, no, they put a lot of characters in the movie and you don't really care about them. Except Scorpion and Sub-Zero. But like, I wanted more from this movie. The action is awesome. It's a lot better than the original film. Like, obviously, it's kick-ass, it's bloody, it's well choreographed, very well shot, too. The soundtrack is very kick-ass, and again, it's got that blood, carnage candy that we all love from Mortal Kombat, and all that's great, and it ends like something awesome's gonna happen, and I'm very excited, but I wanted more from the film. And they put in, like, characters that don't do anything. They put in Melina, and they put in Cabal, and they put in Goro, and they do nothing in the movie. They do absolutely... It was a waste of them. It was like Baraka Annihilation, just completely useless. Like, I don't know what they're doing, and I wanted so much more for this movie. I don't think it's a bad movie. I think it is a very fun movie. I had fun with it. It is a fun action movie. The action is awesome. It is a very well directed action film. And the characters I did care about, like Sonya and Jax and Scorpion and Sub-Zero, are great. I just wanted more. And I didn't want them to focus on Cole. I wanted them to focus on Liu Kang. I just don't know why they focused on this new character. I don't give a fuck about this new character. And I wanted more from the story. The story was lacking because they were trying so hard to appease the fans with the blood and gore, because that's all fans asked for. All fans asked for was a bloody R-rated Mortal Kombat movie. Fans weren't actually asking for a good adaptation of Mortal Kombat. They were just asking for the blood and gore, but they weren't asking for a good story, which was wrong. Because that's not... Mortal Kombat isn't just a fun, awesome action video game, which it is. There is story, there are good characters, and there are a lot of great moments throughout the series of Mortal Kombat, and I wish they tackled it better in this movie. The movie's still good, it's still entertaining, I would still highly recommend it. It's still better than the two Mortal Kombat movies in the 90s, Like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 7 out of 10. It's a good movie. I really had fun with it, but I wanted so much more. I was expecting this movie to be amazing, and I just got a good movie. I wanted an amazing movie. I'd still recommend it though, especially if you are a Mortal Kombat fan. So in the comment section below, please tell me, are you a fan of this Mortal Kombat movie, or do you have a soft spot for the 90s films? Is that nostalgia? You actually think that's more loyal to Mortal Kombat than this new film? Curious to know your thoughts and opinions. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.